Hello, everybody. Welcome back to After Emoris. After Emoris, where the points don't matter, especially the hit points when the DM rolls a nat 1. Alright, so today we are joined by Abnormal Chemist, who plays Free, and we're also joined by Dyto, who plays Thyra. Welcome, girls!
Hello.
Hello.
Alright, so it's been a little bit of an interesting session this last one. We've not a lot of combat, but a lot of drama. And boy, oh boy, do we love the drama. Seriously, Emoris is becoming almost my favorite soap at this moment.
I mean,
Oh, no.
we're not the Silvered Goats if there's no drama.
Exactly.
It's true.
Alright, so yeah, last time the group finally managed to get into the echelon and Elekian rejoined them. There was a lot of chatting. And they eventually found out that they had to relocate, and they spent 4 days on the road before coming up to a new town. So, how about we start kind of at the beginning there? Thyra, a spider.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Even for her. She doesn't know how it happened. She doesn't really know why. And she didn't know how to get out of it.
Yeah, she managed to turn into a bear from the previous session beforehand, and thankfully, being a bear, managed to give her enough life in order to maintain all those hits to help save the entire crew.
I think I took 4 nat 20s.
Oh boy, that's crazy.
Oh, man.
So yeah, starting with that, if Thyra could turn into any specific animal when she figures out the how she's able to do it, what animal is she going to choose by default?
She definitely wants to figure out how to turn into a bear again. But I think her ultimate goal would be to turn into an owl bear.
An owl bear. Oh.
I think that's what she wants to try and figure out how to do.
Mastery goals, become an owl bear. That would be pretty neat. Now, for both of you, if you had the choice of becoming a specific animal for 1 hour, what would you be?
Probably a monkey.
A monkey, awesome. How about you, Chem?
Can I be a squirrel? That'd be awesome. Just run around like a crazy lunatic and talk dogs for an hour.
Oh, that sounds hilarious.
They used to do it to my dog in the yard all the time, so I'm just like, that sounds like fun.
There you go.
Kim, you would have a place in my mother's garden. There are a bunch of squirrels.
Careful, she might become the queen
Can't
squirrel.
go homeless then.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about losing any of your nuts.
You would be a very well-fed squirrel.
Alright then, so let's stick on abilities here. Thyra tried to talk about the new abilities that they all kind of found, and Free was rather vague, just saying, I have my words. Do we get any hints as to what Free might be able to do now, since she's leveled up?
Not much has really changed. Level 5 for bards, not very interesting. What she meant by that is just all her spells I'm trying to keep around the vocal or sound things, so it's literally just magical words for her.
Awesome. Well, I do like looking at the bards. I have tried to create a bard character myself, but I think they died very quickly, so props to Free for surviving to level 5.
It's because we have tanks.
Yes. Yeah. Thyra is definitely a tank.
Thyra was made to be a tank.
And she definitely proved it.
Yes. And so, how about this little question here? Thyra really has a thing for flowers, like especially sharing them with everyone around her, even the Master Focus who was helping them get out of the city. Is there special significance to those flowers?
Well, I mean, everybody knows that Thyra's really like earthy, and trees, flowers, animals, anything on the ground is like kind of her home. The flower she gave Master Focus is actually her tribe's flower. It's a daffodil that is cream white, yellow, and purple. And that's actually usually the flower she gives to people that are important but not super significant. And then usually if she is trying to impress someone or really cares about someone, it'll be more individualized to that person.
Kind of like the giant blue rose bouquet with white speckles that she gave to Elakian?
Yes, Thyra had been making those for like 4 days.
Guess he doesn't sleep. You know, he probably does sleep. I theorize he actually takes micro naps with his eyes open.
Probably.
Oh man.
Which kind of leads into the relationship question. So, obviously, Free was feeling a little. How do you say? Flattered, but not wanting to return the affections that Thyra might have been intending. So pretty much, I guess the lead-up question first for Thyra, Dyto. Were the flowers that you were giving to Free had more significance than just friendship?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right.
There's no doubt about that.
All right. So Free, why does she not want to pursue a relationship in general? It doesn't have to be because of Thyra. It could just be, you know.
Well, a little bit of her backstory has dropped. She was a slave until very recently, so she's still in the phase of what am I outside of that box? And other experiences within that have pushed her to kind of avoid the whole situation. And yeah, so she just doesn't want anyone to get hurt because of her being not interested in general.
Yeah, you have to learn to love yourself first before you want to share that love with someone else. And obviously, Thyra very much loves herself. She is loud, she is proud, and she is a good symbol to a lot of people everywhere. But Free is also a great symbol for anyone who is struggling to be able to just take the time, don't feel pressured, stand up for yourself, and say, I need time. Always a good thing. Alright, so here's a little bit of a random question that just kind of popped up out of the blue. Can you guys share what languages your characters know?
I don't really think it would be spoilery, but as a tiefling, she automatically knows Common and Infernal. But she also learned Elvish and Undercommon from her time within the
Her
slave
time at the
trade.
cakery.
Yes.
Yeah, Thyra knows Orcish, Common. She learned Elvish growing up, and she can speak with animals.
Now, is that any animal, or is it just a certain kinds of animals?
Nope. It takes me about 10 minutes, but she can speak with any animal that's close by.
That is really cool, and I hope that you guys get to encounter more situations where your character's language proficiencies can be used. I am very eager to see Free being the only one to communicate with someone with a language proficiency that she knows. That'd be so cool. All right. So, how about I think we had an ad-lib in the role play there. Bark meets wood.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
much
it was yeah, I almost said pot meet kettle, but it's like, I wouldn't say that. So it's like, what's something that could be similar? So it just kind of popped out, and it worked.
That was fantastic. That is best improvisation there.
At its finest.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even think about it, just like came out. I was like, I'm not gonna use pot meet kettle. And I was just like, first two like tree words come to mind. And yeah, that's what came out. And I was like, yeah, that sounds legit. That fit. Very on brand.
Now, I was trying to think of one for free in the meantime, and unfortunately, the best I could come up with was a strudel meat cupcake.
Oh man.
I know, pretty bad. I'm sorry.
Nah, if she had to pick one, it would be more musical related. I don't have any at the top of my head.
Treble meat flat.
Oh man.
Or rather, treble meat bass. And speaking of bass, the reference to a very popular Queen song, Fat Bottom Girls, was constantly dropped, and it was certainly mentioned in the Twitch chat a few times that Thyra does like the bigger ladies, and we know that Free is wonderfully voluptuous. So it was kind of appropriate for that to come up. So, my question is, do you think that there is a group of queen bards that exists in Emoris?
Oh, I hope so.
What do you think they would be like? Like what race? What race do you think Freddie Mercury would be?
I think Freddie Mercury would be a satyr.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Freddie Mercury being a satyr.
They're unique. They're fey.
Yep. All about music and, being themselves.
Loud and proud and being able to
them.
belt out everything.
Yeah, because
that would be really neat.
Satyrs are racially musical. They have music feet as for their race, so that makes a whole bunch of sense.
Anyone who has seen Fantasia from Disney would definitely know that satyrs are definitely musically inclined.
And when I had to think of Freddie Mercury as a D&D character, just a satyr just popped up. It was the first thing. I didn't even have to think about it.
All right then. So I've asked both Grizlock and Felis about their characters, Wade and Isabel, regarding multiclassing. So, what brought on the multiclassing decision for Thyra?
When I was making Thyra, I was building a tank. The goal was, how can I make someone as tanky as possible and still work? Which is why I chose a totem bear barbarian who, when raging, halves almost all damage. And then that's also why I chose the Circle of the Moon wild shape, because they can heal themselves in wild shape. They can wild shape as a bonus action. And they can get higher character level monsters, beasts that they can turn into, as opposed to a regular druid of any other sort.
Wow.
But yeah, my thought process behind Thyra was I want to make her beefy, and I want to make her as much of a tank as the rules of D&D allow.
Yeah, that I believe. What about you, Chem? Is there any potential multiclassing in Free's future?
Did I? Okay. I considered a few options, but they haven't really played out in story to be kind of forward of her. The closest one would be Cleric, because of her tie with Sanin and her father to it, but otherwise not currently likely.
All right. Well, you never know. It all depends on the roll of the dice and what the DM throws at you. And besides, you guys are only level 5.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yep.
So, I guess my next question here is: are we able to learn a little bit more regarding Kiva, Master Kiva, that was apparently Thyra's teacher?
Yeah, all of the elders in the tribe were our teachers to the younger one. She's the oldest in the tribe right now. She's a Circle of Dreams druid. And there's not a lot that she's really quiet. Like she doesn't share a lot of herself.
Yeah, it seems that way, especially when Asmund was trying to contact her. Thyra seemed very concerned about any potential information that Asmund would have received regarding Thyra.
Yeah,
Is that something we can get like a little hint as to why, or is that something that we have to be watching the stream in order to find out?
You have to watch to find out for sure. But she's when she gets back, she's afraid that she's gonna have to pick up the obligation that she kind of left when she took her 3-year sabbatical. I think it's going on 4 years. Because in the tribe, the oldest daughter takes up the mantle of the mother. So it's kind of like, if you're a warrior, your mom was the general, you're kind of expected as the oldest daughter to also become the next one and train.
Interesting. All right, then. How about a little bit more of a fun question here? Apparently, in 2 weeks' game time, we're going to be having a special festival that is around the time of our world's October, so around the time of Halloween or Samhain. What kind of activities do you think are going to be involved with the festival that's going to be in Keijo?
If there's not a bonfire and s'mores, I'm out.
That's right. Yes, gotta have the obligatory snacks. What about you, Chem?
Wade did promise to fire roast marshmallows with them, because Free hadn't done that. So there has to be marshmallows at some point. For the festival, I don't know. I'd like little stories or games, like win, silly carnival prizes you get. That'd be fun. Have just like a time for them to relax. Hopefully.
Apparently,
it's the silver goats, though.
A gator hunting competition, or
yes.
what Wade was saying, Thyra would like to hunt a gator.
All right.
Or make a fool out of herself doing it.
Learn how to cook some gator stew.
Yes. Which one of you is willing to learn Kev's ma's special gator stew recipe?
I don't think she'll teach anyone that.
Aw.
Those are family secrets.
Aw, but we want to know the gator stew recipes. Alright, so do you guys have, Oh, apparently, we just got a little note. I just got a little note here. Apparently it is, Wade's ma, not Kev's ma. Alright, but yeah, we hope that we'll be able to at least indulge on the gator stew, because honestly, that actually sounds really good. And with Keijo, it sounds a little bit like a Louisiana sort of area, so it might be like a gumbo.
Maybe, yeah. And we know Thyra
Ooh.
gets very addicted to delicacies of the area, as we found out with those tacos.
Yes.
I
the fish
feel like it was
tacos.
more than the tacos bringing her back. Especially when Wade started getting a little interested in her too.
Yes, we miss her. We miss her, so we hope that maybe she'll pop up in the future, or maybe you guys will be unbanned from the city.
I think our time
Has
is
it been
up.
30 days yet?
I think it has, or close to.
It
I
will
think
be by
it's
the
pretty
time we hit
close.
Keijo at least. So it's
Yeah,
another
by
2
the time
weeks.
By the time we hit
Or another
Keijo,
week.
spend the time there, and travel time, we'd be able to get back at Aaron. There should have been
Yeah,
30
plus we
days
were supposed
by
to go
then.
to see Izzy's hometown, which would be near there.
That is right. Alright, so apparently you guys have now ended up in the town where Free, Wade, and Elakian first met.
Yeah.
Yep.
So can we get a little bit of a summary for the newer viewers who have not had a chance to watch the original episodes? Like, what was...
This was actually episode 0, session 0, so it wasn't aired. Yes. So it was just the 3 of them getting to meet and finding some little methods for the barmaid that we're going to go meet. Hopefully,
think
if they didn't take her too.
So you're hoping to see some familiar faces when you guys resume your next session in the first steps in that bar.
As a player, for sure.
As a player, for sure, but what about Free?
They're back
Yes,
where she almost got put back in slavery again.
Yeah.
I'll let you figure out how she's feeling.
I'm imagining with a bit of a sour taste in her mouth.
I would assume about the same way Thyra felt when she first saw Aaron Root again for the first time.
Yep.
I believe it. All right. I'm not sure if I have any more questions for you guys. Any other comments that you would like to share with the viewers at home?
Watch on Monday and Friday.
Yeah.
Yes, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific for Mondays to watch Emoris, and Fandelver on Fridays. So this has been Abnormal Chemist, Dyto, and I have been Nyssa, your host, Zeldader1988 on Twitter. And if you guys would like to drop your Twitters, and if you would like to see the links, they are down below.
Yeah. An abnormal chemist with a 0 instead of an O.
All right. And Dyto?
I'm on Swindler's Den. That's the only place.
There we go. Excellent. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next week, and I hope you enjoy all the fun and excitement that is on the Discord, the YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you very much. Bye.